back up in the NFC. Also, they got beat by Baltimore, one of the best teams in the National Football League. They got beat by Seattle, a playoff team. So I learned a lot about the 49ers. It told me what they can be. They are a little bit inexperienced at the quarterback situation, but everything else they have, the defense, the run game. I believe in this team. I think we're going to learn a lot tonight.
I just thought he wanted something. Don't be calling me out.
All right.
Don't be calling me out.
Chad Ochocinco joining us.
I need it. I need smoke. Where my camera at?
Right
over there.
You want some right now?
I need the people at home to know what these feet would do to him.
Do you want some right now?
Right now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, don't try this at home.
We just showed the film now.
I love you, boy. I love you, boy.
Oh, happy holidays, Chad
I love this place.
Ochocinco. One guy slides down his chimney, another guy just drops by with a top hat and challenges Prime to a 40 on live TV. Why not? Let's refocus, guys. The Rams, their postseason equation, it's pretty simple. They have to win tonight, and then next week against Arizona. The Vikings, they have to lose their final 2 home games. Monday night against Green Bay, sure, possible, and then Chicago as well. What's going on here? What have we seen?
Who are they?
Right.
Who are the Rams? What's their identity?
What do you think it is?
Once upon a time, they ran the ball early. Often it was a heavy dose of Todd Gurley. I have not seen that in almost a year now, right?
Yeah.
And we haven't seen them since even before the Super Bowl. We have not seen this team. Defensively, they're so inconsistent. Yeah, Aaron Donald is up front, Jalen Ramsey on the back end. Everyone else, will you please stand up and show yourself accountable? Raise your hand and please let me know that you are there. Jared Goff, who you're seeing on television right now, where has he gone? What's happened? What has happened to him?
The mistake that the Rams made at the beginning of the year was not giving the ball to Todd Gurley. They try to manage him and, kind of his workload, manage him, not give him as many carries, and they thought that Goff was going to take the next step. And he's really struggled at times.
But is Gurley the same guy? I mean, Jay and I.
What you mean, same guy?
Does he look as explosive to you, a Hall of Fame running back?
Over the last 5 weeks, when he has gotten the ball over 20 times, he's produced. I'm not going to say he's the same guy that he was when he first came into the league. We know that he has some knee injuries. We know that's bothering him a little bit. But at the same time, Chris, he has looked great when he's gotten the ball. And the offense has looked great going through Gurley. So I think they need to get back to just running the football and setting up that play action. That's where they're at their best.
You know, it's so funny, Chris. You asked the question, is Gurley the same guy? I thought you was asking the question, is Goff the same guy? He's the one got a $100 million contract.
Well, I don't know
Gurley.
if he's a finished product yet. I don't know if he's been defined yet.
When you get finished? When are you getting These guys are playing for it all. This is a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, and they have declined so drastically, it's unbelievable. So when you ask the question about Gurley, I think Gurley can still tote the mail. I think he can still deliver.
Absolutely.
Goff is the biggest question mark offensively that I see on this team, and it's a glaring question mark.
Also, let's remember in that Week 6 loss 20-7 against the Niners, Todd Gurley did not suit up. He was out injured. Now, one thing we can all agree on that the Rams have not learned to do is how to stop George Kittle. He has topped the century mark in 3 of his last 4 games against L.A., but the Niners tight end, he has a little Hollywood in him, as you'll see in tonight's edition of Generations, which is presented by Genesis. Kittle's hangout partner is Hall of Fame linebacker Brian Urlacher.
Hi, I'm George Kittle, tight end for the San Francisco 49ers. I'm here with one of my absolute heroes of all time, Brian Urlacher. He had an Old Spice commercial where he used to run and he would jump over and the running back would meet him and he would knock him backwards. And I thought that was like the coolest commercial of all time and I'll never forget it. So we're here, we're gonna break down some film, and this is for the 100th year anniversary of the NFL, so we're gonna have some fun with this.
Good job.
No, I cut promos.
Wow, that was really good, George.
You know this play.
This is 2000 Detroit. Threw it right to me. I didn't know I was supposed to run.
My first thing on this is your yak is not good.
No, I'm not a yak guy. If I'd known you back then, I'd been so much better at yak, at yakking.
So one thing I've always wanted to ask you about, the barbed wire.
Yeah.
When did you get it?
When I was 18. So I got mine before Pamela Anderson got hers.
Sure.
Because it's both of them.
Wow.
Wide open is Kittle. Kittle, does he have the speed to get there? Touchdown! What a play!
There he is. Bro, you are fast.
Thank you.
It's like legit fast. When I watch you play, I'm like, dang, this guy's always open.
Basically, Shannon told me this. He's like, if you get the cover 3 look and we hike it, you'll score a touchdown as long as you don't mess it up. I was like,
thanks, coach.
yes. I was like, I'll score.
Is that the LT?
That's Deion.
I wasn't a very good celebrator. So when you guys, like, do you think about it, or do you just like, you know what, I'm gonna do the prime time this time?
Like, if it's a team thing, it's definitely orchestrated. Were you ever going to be a tight end? Did you ever think about that?
Don't take this the wrong way.
No, it's okay.
I was kind of fast, and I had really good hands, so there's no reason to play tight end. I should have been a receiver.
He's got a future in this biz.
Yes, he does.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. That is the attitude of the San Francisco 49ers. He's the leader. He's the vocal. He's the physical. He's on the field, off the field. He is truly the attitude and one of the premier players in our game. I love this kid, and I love all the attributes about him.
I just had a chance to talk to John Lynch just now, and he talked about the energy of this team, and it really comes from George Kittle. You know, he's the guy that brings the energy, and it feeds and permeates through everybody else on this team.
Well, you know, 25 years ago when you played your lone season with the San Francisco 49ers, they had a pretty good tight end in
But
Brent
that was 25 years ago?
It was. Can you believe it?
No, straight up. It was 25 years ago?
It was.
You joking, right?
Are you all right?
I thought you was joking.
94.
That really was 25 years ago. Good Lord, I'm old.
No, you're.
I look
yeah,
darn good, though.
You're old. Well, the hair's back.
Hair's back.
Hair's made a comeback. So back then, Mike Shanahan, who of course led the Broncos to a couple of Super Bowls, was your OC.
He's a darn good one of the best ever.
Yeah, there was a kid that was tagging along apparently, and now he is coaching the San Francisco 49ers.
When you were the ball boy of the 94 Niners on the sideline, is there just kind of something that stood out to you that you incorporated now?
Then I wasn't really thinking much about plays. I was trying to dress like Deion and lay all my clothes out before the game, just like him and Jerry would. I was trying to figure out what wristbands they were wearing, things like that. So I was much more into trying to be a player at that time.
Wow, you never know who's watching, ladies and gentlemen, so you got to be careful.
That
is unbelievable, isn't it? I didn't know that.
How was your style 25 years ago?
Oh, the style was impeccable.
Are you sure?
Confident, very confident. Matter of fact, that's my natural odor.
Are we 100% sure about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did he have style back then in 94?
I mean, yeah, he brought the style.
Yeah, this is a
There
setup.
we go.
I smell a setup.
Yeah.
There we go.
I just missed the Jerry curl, though.
I ain't had a curl then. I had a texturizer then.
Yeah,
it looked
man.
wet when it's dry.
Oh, yeah,
You and
there
Hammer?
you go.
Yeah. Hammer, the Bay Area. E40. All the fellas.
That gotta be at the Pro Bowl right there.
You see them shoulders, though, right?
I was going to say.
You see them shoulders.
We got him on Curls Day.
Do you see them
apparently.
shoulders?
Stop talking about the group. Trade deadline's over. There are no more guys on the street that you can go pick up and say, hey, come on, make our team better, unless you go get Antonio Brown. So now it's up to Tom Brady to just sharpen his nails a little bit more and make those throws a little bit better.
Also, maybe run the ball a little bit. Coming off their best
That could help.
rushing game of the year,
That
also
ain't
against the
really
worst
the ball too
run
well
defense
either.
in the league in Cincinnati. Okay, meanwhile, back to the game coming up in just a little under an hour here. The Texans' playoff scenario is pretty straightforward. Win one of their final 2 games, and they clinch the division. And if they make the playoffs, help might be on the way. Hey, that's called a tease, guys. Let's bring in Ian Rappaport one more time because, Ian, what's the plan now for J.J. Watt these next few weeks?
Help is on the way for the Houston Texans defense. J.J. Watt is expected back for the playoffs. Remember, he's recovering from a torn pec, and when he tweeted this week about it not being over, this is what he meant. As far as the plan, Colleen, here's what I'm told. If the Texans still have not made the playoffs, Watt could actually practice this week. If they have the playoffs in hand, if they know they're going to make it, expect him to practice the first week of the playoffs. He's not going to be 100%, but he's still J.J. Watt.
All right, Ian, that would be quite a boost there for the Texans if they could get him back. We will see. Oh, look at this. The Buccaneers here putting this on Instagram. Kay and Kyle. Kyle, I just have to say that starter jacket is really stealing the show.
Two of our
really
faves.
fantastic.
I say that about everybody.
Guys, what's going on now? What are you doing? What are you getting into? What trouble are you getting into?
Thanks so much, Colleen. Ian Rappaport talking about the return of J.J. Watt in the playoffs. coming back. If this Buccaneers fan base has anything to do with that, they boast the #1 rush defense in the National Football League. And